Why do you think God loved the poor more than he loved the rich? Why? The rich are boastful. They're prideful, greedy, entitled, selfish, careless, reckless. They did the same shit to Katrina, didn't they not? They flooded the fucker out so they could buy it for dirt cheap, got everybody out of there, get the fuck out for free.
What do you think?
Me and Mars and my wife.
It's all right, buddy. It's all right. It's all right. It's all
We're
right.
sleeping in the car at his girlfriend's house because we didn't have a place to stay, bro.
Hey, welcome to another edition of At All Cost Podcast. And this podcast is all about people working hard and taking their chances and following their dreams to make their dreams happen at all costs. That's what this show's about. And we got Lumi here from Daytona, Florida.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Man,
What's
nice
up,
to
man?
see
Good
you,
to
bro.
see you, man. Listen, a pleasure to be on your podcast, by the way. Listen, you remember that time I first met you?
Oh, hell yeah.
At the show over there. We had that local show at that Irish pub.
Yes.
And my boy Vicente, shout out to my boy Vicente, wherever you at, you know. And he brought you, and you guys pulled up, and it was like, you're like, what the hell going on here? Everybody performing, great vibe. It was just a vibe. It was great.
Yeah, and I had my big sexy shirt on and my bandana.
Yeah, you was on your booty. Yeah, you was looking like
been
booty.
drinking, man, because I don't drink. But
Oh.
you know, dude, I was on stage and fucking supporting the local artists. I love it.
Hey, we really do appreciate you pulling up, because ever since then, you know, we've been just, you know, politicking, and then one of the people that I know that know you was like, yo, we got a podcast, you need to pull up. And I was like, that'd be great, actually. Fucking love it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm with. So, you know, let's talk. What we've going to talk about?
Well, we're going to talk about, you know, what you've been through, what you're doing now, and,
Okay.
how you got to where you're at,
All
and
right.
what you're doing.
All right. So originally, I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. That's first. That's an hour in between New York and an hour in between Boston. So we're like right in the middle.
Oh, I know where that's at.
Okay, New Haven is where I'm from originally. We got great pizza. It's like city-ish. It's the crime rate's high, all that stuff. I started making music, you know, when I was a young kid. First, I started to notice that I like music because, if I'm not mistaken, it must have been like 1992. I'm watching MTV Jams.
The good
I'm
old
watching,
days.
yeah. I'm
Good old
watching
days,
the Fat Boys. I'm
1992.
watching the Fat
Yeah,
Boys,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm watching the Fat Boys. So my brother, he's like, yo, you see that fat boy right there? He's doing this. I'm like, you could do that? He's like, wait a minute. And I start rapping, and I'm like, oh, look what I could do. And I'll start rapping with him. And my brother was always like my bebop machine. He just, everywhere we
badass,
go,
man.
we just rap, and I practice. And
Are you breakdancer too? back
no,
then?
no,
breakdancer?
just more like into the music. I didn't really record my first record until I became the age of 17. Once I realized that I didn't have to rap no more in the street, and I could just go in the studio, like a light bulb turned on in my brain, and it was
Right.
like, all right, this is where I want to be. I want to record. I want to be in the studio. And then I spent my Thursdays, my Fridays, my Saturdays, and my Sundays in the studio. Like, I would call all my producers, because I had so many of them at the time, and shout out to Cronzilla, shout out to them
How
all.
old were you at this time?
17, 18.
Oh, cool, man.
You know, basically would be in the studio from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But before I go to the club, that's what I would do. It's like, wait a minute. You go to the club, every time you go, you hear the same thing over and over. It's like, it gets like purgatory. You're like, no one's making nothing new. How long does it take to make a record? Why is my favorite artist taking too long to drop? And then it got to a point where it's like, you know what? I am my own favorite artist, and I just start putting more into me and recording videos. Because I went from recording, and being in so many different groups. Because I've been in many groups. Like I think I've been in maybe about like 10 groups.
So do you do vocals without rap, or you do?
Oh, well, this is the thing. I'm a lyricist, so I write,
Okay.
I compose, and then I go in the studio and I lay it down. Now, usually whenever I do music based on what I've lived and how I experience life. Because, see, my eyes are like my camera. You know, they say everybody's life is a movie depending on what you're doing with your time.
Oh,
So-
hell yeah. My life's a movie.
all the time.
bro.
So it's like I spend most of my time investing in myself, and from there until now, like I said, it was just At the beginning, it was just recording. Right. Then I'm like, okay, I got mad songs, but no videos. And I started looking for videographers. And then God started placing certain people in my life that just helped me, because right now I got Thoroughbrand is the label I play with in Daytona.
Right.
Slap TV is one of the biggest content creators in Orlando. Like, his catalog consists of 400 artists, upcoming artists we never heard, but you get to hear through him. He's the artist himself, videographer. They have so much to offer. Like, so going from just recording to the videos, to the video quality excelling, to them having more storylines and all that. Like, it was an evolution process, but it was well worth it, because now we're paying $500 for a monthly subscription on Slap TV, and they give you a whole list of things you can choose from, whether it's you want pictures for the cover of the album, promotion, videos. They actually set up the backgrounds for you. They like, so say for instance, if you wanted to do, let's say for instance, you want to do a video about you when your friend's in a nice little big house. Well, what they'll do is they'll make a big space, they'll put it together, and they'll make it look like you're in a freaking mansion.
Man,
you bring your friends
up for $500 a month.
Yes.
Wow.
These guys are freaking. When I say they pull out the stops, listen, from the alcohol to the snacks, they pull everything out. It's like a red carpet.
I love it. Because this is what local. I mean, this is what the local and the underground community needs, dude.
Yes.
And with Hollywood going the way it is, and the freak outs and the freaking Diddy shit and all that stuff, dude.
I mean, but you gotta understand.
Nobody wants to listen to them anymore because they already know.
My thing is this. This is my whole thing with that agenda and the music and Hollywood. See, and this is what a lot of people won't understand. When you're part of that high club elite, right? They basically build the dirt up on you. They know what you're doing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look, when Bill Cosby was doing what he was doing, they knew exactly what he was doing. And guess what? They said nothing until it was only convenient to them.
Right.
R. Kelly, the people he had working for him were bringing them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right? It was only convenient to use the dirt when it was convenient to them. Now watch this. Jay-Z, P. Diddy, and all that other stuff. Okay, P. Diddy. Let's think about this really fast. He's had a very, very large career, right?
Right.
Hip-hop mogul. But all he ever did was pull out one-hit wonders. Like, everything he ever touched, it all died.
Yeah.
Look,
there's a lot.
You had Biggie. Look, you had Biggie. Biggie was about to leave the label.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Biggie was about to leave his label and start his own label. You kill him. All right, fine. Boom. Fine. He gets killed, because we ain't going to say you killed him. But in the process, everything he's ever touched, from the Daddy Kane's to everything, it only, like, they'll come out, and then next thing you know, you don't even hear from them. And then I was wondering why, though. But the reality is, these people in the industry at the top knew what he was doing. They only used that against him when it was convenient to them. And it's unfair, but it's true, because in the society we live in, let's say this. Say if you was president, and you...
Might happen one day, man.
What may happen, right?
Yeah.
Say if you were president, and you knew the world was ending tomorrow. Would you let the system keep running, or would you just stop for a moment and be human and say, damn, we only have this much time to live. Why should we spend our time working like slaves, paying for things that are not ours? Nothing is ever
100%,
ours.
100%, bro.
If that's the case, why don't we combine forces and find a way to survive, instead of worrying about the economy and worrying about who got this and who got that? Why are we not coming together to try to find a way to outlast what's coming? Because we know something's coming, right? Yeah. And when you think about all the stuff that we have been told since the beginning until now, 85% of it is lies.
Well, I think we're in a time of the revelations right now.
Yeah, well, the book is unfolding. You're not lying. You're not lying. And the one thing I will say,
the one people that are on the right side, which I feel like I'm on the right side, God wouldn't fucking make me think this way if he didn't want me to think this way.
Yeah,
bro.
of course. He gave you eyes so you can see. You know, so it's
like, as long as I'm not harming or imposing on anybody, dude, I should be able to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
It could be drugs, it could be porn, it could do whatever, but I'm not harming and imposing anybody. And I love everybody, and I want to bring people together.
Well, that's what it's about.
And that's what I want to do with music.
And that's the thing. And this is the thing, right? So music has become used to be fight against the machine. Let's talk about the reality. At the beginning of the game, it was all about fight fight the machine. The machine, we're going to fight against the machine. All of a sudden, everybody that became part of the machine only could, now you're part of the machine. You really can't talk about that now.
Right.
Now they don't want you to talk, they don't want you to be you. And this is the reason why I never signed a deal. Because I'm independent. I'm going to stay independent.
Right. No, and that's the way music's going, bro. The independent artists are going to be the ones that come up because people are sick and tired of the bullshit.
Of course. I mean,
just like fucking Beyonce winning the country music award. Come on, don't tell me that she's the best country music.
She's not.
And
that's not even her genre.
I know it's
not even her genre.
And it goes further than music, dude. This is a rabbit hole that goes much deeper. It goes higher than that. Diddy was working for somebody else. It was probably Soros or anybody else. It was all about taking down the people's morals and values so they could take over the United States of America.
And that's the problem right there. You know, a lot of people will never understand the facts that life is short. Depending on what you're doing with your time, that's what you're going to get out of it. Like I could literally spend every night of my life in a bar drinking, wasting money, being dumb, partying like a rock star. And that's only going to kill me with time, right? Yeah. But I could invest in myself every day, go hard for myself every day, work for myself every day, better in my future every day. Yep. It would pan out for me in the future. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what my music label is going to be all about. Is entertainers like you that make entertainment great again. Well, and show people how to do it, because there's so many people that they don't take chances in life. They may be really good at things, but they're scared to do it, man. I mean, and they need people like you as examples, because there's a lot of great people out there that could be doing wonderful things if they just thought they could do it. Mm-hmm. But they've been beat down by society, friggin' Hollywood, and government, and just everything about the world, and they don't have confidence to get out there and do it.
You know what the thing is, and this is something I learned a long time ago. What happened to the world we used to once live in? Remember when you were a kid, you had imagination, right? And having imagination, that means that you had this blank screen in your brain that you could paint whatever picture you wanted, and you could be whatever you wanted, whether it was an astronaut, T-Rex, freaking fish in the sea. Well, this is what we have an imagination for. And I feel like I have to tell you, let me look into the screen and tell you, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you have a dream and you want to do something with your life, go ahead and achieve it. We got people right now that are still going. We got elderly people going to college, trying to get that diploma, people trying to better themselves. So it's like, never give up on yourself. If you go work for the man 8 hours a day and you ain't working 12 hours for yourself, I guess you ain't doing good. Because one thing is to have a career. It's one thing to have a career that is going to feed you for a lifetime. And it's another thing to have a job and it's not a career. Because if they can fire you, that's a career.
Wow, man, so much truth in that, bro. And I started at the bottom in my career. I don't even have a college education, but I owned an engineering company that had a revenue of $18 million a year after 5 years in business, and lost everything to COVID and a bad business partner. And I went from the bottom all the way to the top, bro.
And guess what? We're going to the top,
bro.
Coming back.
And I lost it. Oh, dude. Everybody's like, why don't you start your engineering business again? You're the best in the country at what you do. But I don't want to do that anymore.
No.
I'm 51 years old. When I sit on the couch, bro, and fucking devastated because I lost everything. I mean, everything. I sold the last piece of thing that I ever bought with my company today. Mm-hmm. I'm done with this everything in San Antonio, and I'm starting a new life, bro. But I was homeless before I came to Florida. Me and Maz and my wife were...
It's all right, buddy. It's all right. It's all right. Sorry.
We're sleeping in the car at his girlfriend's house because we didn't have a place to stay, bro.
Look how God's blessed you.
God gave me an angel that helped me get to Florida and helped me get out of my rut, dude. And I'm here now, and we're going to take this over.
And bro. I'm excited for you. I really am. And I want you to understand something. It's okay to feel emotional and get sad, because at the end of the day, life is pain, puppy.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know the best diamonds are made under pressure.
Oh, yeah. And I believe that every successful man has to go through what I had to go through.
Same with me.
And knock this shit out of my ego, dude. Because I honestly didn't think I had an ego, but I did have an ego because of what I accomplished in 5 years was something that nobody could ever do in my industry against corporate America. Mm-hmm. And I understand. It kind of went to my head but I didn't think it did. But now I know. And then this time I know, when I build this entertainment freaking conglomerate, this fucking empire, me and my wife are trying to build at 50 years old, man, 57 years old. My wife is a fucking amazing person, dude. She just did her first professional porn last year at 56, bro. We gave up. She was the most prim and proper businesswoman. She was my freaking office manager. We never had any type of sexual content the whole time I had my business, over 5 years. But when I came home on the weekends, she was a freak in the bed, and that's what every man wants. And now
he's not lying. He's not lying, ladies and gentlemen. Every man wants a freak in the sheets. We don't like boring women.
Yeah, you go to work every day and you work your ass off.
Least you could do is you want to have some fun at home. Look, I'm with that. I'm with that.
And so my wife and I decided, let's follow our dreams. So I'm going after, the podcast and the music side of things and the vlogging, and trying to make this YouTube channel something with a great bunch of young guys that fucking stand behind me and believe in me. And it's going to happen. But I couldn't have done it without my wife, because no matter what, bro, you need a sidekick beside you that follows you through everything.
These are facts.
She got me to the top of my business and my engineering company, and she was there the whole time, bro. And I traveled a lot, wasn't even home sometimes because I took all the hard jobs because I wanted to be at the top, bro.
Makes sense.
And she stood behind me, so when it all happened, I'm behind her 100% to whatever she wants to do, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, because you know what? And it's funny that you say, when you get to the top, a lot of people say, I remember when I first started and I used to be like, oh, the day I get money won't change me. But it has changed me a little, because when I lost everything, I had nothing. And because when I had nothing, no one would pay attention to me. So now when women or females pull up on me, I'm always looking at them like, nah, I'm always looking for red flags. Like your intentions may not be real. Your vibe, what's your spirit like? What's your morals like? That's why I usually ask women all the time, what was your upbringing like?
The spirit. And
because a lot of these women, they grew up without fathers. They don't even know how to treat a man. They want a man, but don't know how to treat him. So it's like you can't even keep him. Why would you even ask for something you can't even keep? It's like me saying I want a puppy, but knowing a puppy needs upkeep. You got to take care of it. You got to play with it. You got to feed it. You got to do a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like, why ask for something you can't get? So I come to the conclusion that I didn't get rich or financially stable with a female. I got rich and financially stable when I lost everything. Right. When I was at the bottom, I literally was just like right at the brim of, do I keep going or do I stop? And then the one thing that kept in my mind was, no, you made it this far. Show them how far you really can go. Right. They thought you wasn't going to get here, but let's go further. Let's keep up in the end. So,
and that's another reason that I want my wife to do what she's doing, so she can be an example to the younger generation of what a great wife can be like, dude. Because I had parties at my house, dude, because I was supporting rappers in San Antonio. And I had this mini mansion because I had a fucking badass house because my business was going well. May not been able to pay for it at the last, and I was still having parties there. But I never gave up, bro. But I was there to try to help these kids see what a good relationship was, what hard work will do for you, and what you can do to get out of that hole that you're in, bro. I had my back window shot out at a party. I freaking had to break up a fight with the guy that had a gun. I didn't even know, bro. But I never gave up, bro, and I'm not going to give up now. So, I'm in Florida now.
The vibe here is different. The
vibe is different.
Everything here is different. Everything is different. I don't know. I'm like
in San Antonio, it's really crazy. Instead of you guys getting together, having a good time like you did here on a local rap battle, it would end up in a fucking fight. Or
you want to know why? And let me speak to the world when I say this. And I gotta be clear on this. Stop hating on your own kind. Stop killing yourself. Bro, let's stop killing ourselves for 1 minute in life. Who cares where this person is from and where this person is from? Guess what? You still bleed the same. You still breathe the same. So that means you are made in the same image, no matter how we look at it. So why we out here killing ourselves because such and such is from such and such set and such is from, like, can we live? Can we focus right now? Do you not understand the bigger picture at hand? The world is ending right in front of your eyes, and all y'all worrying about is repping your set, repping your block that don't belong to you. You say it belongs to you, but where's your name on the property? Where's your name on the street? Do you own that? And that's what a lot of these young brothers got to realize. Whatever you're fighting for, is it worth dying for? And a lot of you people don't understand that dying means you end the game early. Nobody wants to. Everybody talks about death and talks about shooting, but no one really understands the real fact and the benefit of death. It's over. You kill someone, you ended that life. That life does no longer exist no more. You hurted somebody's family. You took a piece of somebody's life. Because every time we ever lost a friend, loved one, family member, we lose pieces of ourselves we just can't get back no more. And a lot of the times, this young society, I see these little kids on iPads all stressed the hell out because they can't play the game. They shooting up the schools. What is going on with America? I tell you what's going on with America. The world's unfolding. We're at the end of the brim, and no one wants to realize that we're at the end. Our children are not even children no more. They're like mini demons.
Hell yeah,
you let them do whatever. You let them do whatever they want. You think it's cute. Everybody's making memes and doing all this stupid stuff. We're selfish. Anybody out here in the world know our time is running short. And the more time y'all waste on stupid shit, vanities, the things that are not going to save your soul, that do nothing for your soul. Because let me ask you a question. What has your favorite rapper done for you?
Not a damn thing.
Did he ever pay your bills? Did he ever come and save you to the rescue? Did he wake you up? Is he feeding you? Is he providing for you? Because last I checked, these people come for the money. They're here for the money. They're not here for us as people, as the culture. Remember, we're kings and queens wherever we stand in life. No matter if you're a bum or peasant. Why do you think God loved the poor more than he loved the rich? Why? Why does God love the poor more than he loved the rich? I'll explain to you why. The rich are boastful. They're prideful, greedy, entitled, selfish, careless, reckless. What is the poor? Poor is humble. They don't depend on nothing but God. They're not focused on this money. They're not focused on this economy. They're not focused on the stock market. They just focus on survival. See, you got two types of people in the world. People who want to destroy it and people who want to see it last longer. Me personally, I would love to be here longer, but the way things have been going from California to all over the world, we're like this.
Oh, we're close.
We're really close. And the sad part about it is, you got a lot of people believing, no, it's not going to happen. Let me explain this to you. The biggest trick the devil has in his sleeve is making you believe that God's not real. And the reality is, if you hear those thoughts in your mind, then you got to know God's real. I'll tell you why God's real. My son, perfect example. My little guy, I was with his mom for, I think, 15 years. 9 years of that. Being together, married, she can't have no kids. We're going to doctors, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? We need to start going to church. And I mean, we was in the church like hard for like a good 2 years. Like, I mean, I used to go to church to pray for 4 hours on my knees. And I felt like I was moving the world. And it came to a time and place where God blessed me with my son. And the way it was like he showed me he was coming before he came. Like, so it's like I'm in a dream. I come home, sleep. In my sleep, I'm literally in heaven. Now, let me tell you something. Now, when people say heaven is a place of peace, you don't want, you don't need, it is. Because in this place, the light is so bright, it's 10 times brighter than the sun here, 100 times brighter. Very beautiful. I'm on the clouds. I'm like this. Like, now, mind you, I'm right here in the back, and I see a little light, a big shining beam in the middle, and my son was sitting right there. But it was weird because I went from being here to here in an instant, holding my son like this in my hands, and I asked God, whose child is this? And he said, yours. And he knew I wanted a son so bad. And what's so crazy is that that's what my son looks like. That's what he looked like.
Wow.
That's what he looked like. So when people tell me God don't exist, I laugh at him. I laugh at him 100 times. You know why? 1,000 times. Because every time I ever turn around, I want you to understand this world. Satan got the world thinking that hell was one big party. You're going to hell, you're going to drink, you're going to party, you're going to fornicate. That's what you're thinking. Wrong. The first quarter, third angels he took from the sky, he took them all with him to hell. What you think he took them there for? To suffer. So anybody with this, oh, I don't believe in God, oh, let's go to hell. That mentality, I promise you, all those people that have been in hell for thousands and thousands of years, you know what they want so bad? Water, and they're never going to get it. And it's sad, but true. That's the reason why we search for the word of God, because the word of God is the water to the soul. Without that, there is no life. You can't have a body without the breath of life. Who gave us the breath of life? Someone explain that to me. With everybody talking about aliens and all this other stuff that's going on, yes, we see aliens. but aliens are fallen angels.
Yes.
Because aliens, there is no way that if these aliens have been here for this long, where's our technology coming from? Where has it been coming from? From demons. All the technology, from your microwave to your cell phones to everything. All this technology that we use, science, comes from the angels. It came from them, higher beings. And now we look at the world we're living in. You're seeing UFOs everywhere. That fire that happened in California. Let's talk about that. Why is no one in jail right now? If they set that shit on fire, why is the government not in jail? Because it's sad. We can't spit on the floor without getting beat with a billy club. Spit on the floor some type of way. Walk some type of way. You gonna get it. And then what's so sad about it is they setting. Why y'all set it on fire? So y'all can have the Olympics there 2028? Come on, get the fuck out of here, dog.
Smart cities so they can control them.
Yeah, but this is the whole point. They did the same shit to Katrina, didn't they not? They flooded the fucker out so they could buy it for dirt cheap, got everybody out of there, get the fuck out for free.
What do you think? What do you think's going on in North Carolina and the freaking weather manipulation that we have going on in the world?
I mean, me personally, like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's one thing to look at a society.
But I do believe that there is aliens, and there's good aliens, and there's aliens here that's here to help us. And I believe right now that Donald Trump is the chosen one to help us get through this.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Trump went on TV and said it. He said it himself. He said these exact words. Aliens are real. Like, he was the only president who hopped on TV and was like, all right, guys, it's time for you guys to get ready for what's to come. Because what's to come is that we're not alone. We've never been alone.
That's why he's not fucking scared to go to the Super Bowl, not scared to go to Daytona 500.
Listen, then they just try to kill my boy twice. Then they try to pop him twice.
I knew the day that he walked across the street with the Bible. That day, I knew that man was a chosen one from God. And it's not he's Jesus Christ, but he was chosen to be here right now. It's just like Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible was, dude. And I was at January 6th. I had the FBI at my office twice. I fucking was 2 rows from Donald Trump when he spoke on January 6th. And I was 3 steps from going into the Capitol before me and my buddies turned around and said, Antifa, this is a setup, dude. And the guards were holding the friggin' doors open for me and my friends to walk in there. I said, come on in, boys. And there's nothing against the law for an American citizen to go into the Capitol. And all we were doing was peacefully trying to protest, bro. And when we were at the friggin' where he's...
Oh, so you were one of the people that was at the White House?
Oh, hell yeah.
It's crazy because my homegirl's husband was there too. And he ended up getting in trouble, and then he pardoned all the He just was like, fuck it.
He pardoned them, but like, dude, they should have been. It was because if you were there, it was a total setup, bro. It was a total setup. The Patriots got friggin'.
I felt like they let him in.
They got tricked. They let him in, and then they had these Antifa and undercover FBI agents antagonizing the Patriots to do bad things, dude.